Welcome back to Real to Real. This is Coach Herb and my girl B,
Hey,
and
everybody.
we're joined by a special guest, my main man Rob Robinson, who I've known for over 40 years. Jesus Christ, 40 years, man. It's been a long time. And we also, we always have Mr. Ben, who's going to be helping us out. So welcome, Mr. Rob. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Herb. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks, B,
You,
for
thank
having me
you
on
for
you guys'
joining us.
show.
Yeah,
And
thanks for joining us, man.
I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate it. You know, these.
Yeah. Can you give us like a brief synopsis of your
Yeah,
background,
tell
Mr.
us about
Rob?
yourself.
I grew up in Reston, right here in Reston, Virginia. I'm a Restonian. Um, Went to South Lakes High School here, the local high school. As I tell everyone, one of the prominent high schools in the state of Virginia. Left here and went to college, went to Niagara University in upstate New York, where I have a bachelor's degree in communication and television broadcasting, which I am currently working on right now with you guys. So this is
Hmm.
the third time
Thank
that I
you.
get to use it live, and I'm proud of that. And
There you go.
after college, I had an opportunity to play professional basketball over in Europe for, like I say before, I
Nice.
like to say seasons. I spent about 10 seasons over there, roughly about 7 years off and on through my journey. And
Hmm.
now I'm just coaching high school basketball here back at South Lakes girls varsity with Christy Winters Scott, uh, and teaching and running my own basketball program and soaking
And
it
what's
all
that
up.
program?
The Rob Robinson Fundamental Basketball Academy.
Hey,
Hey, there you go.
hey.
There you go.
You
I remember that crossover.
remember that one? Yeah.
Hmm.
That's an official symbol, everybody. There's no
Yes,
copy.
sir.
Hey,
No
That's in,
copyrights.
that was it. That was in Ireland.
Yep.
love
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That was an ugly uniform too, by the way. But but besides that, the the videos were official. Like the moves were good, man. I was just like, them some ugly uniforms, but it was, hey, you were getting paid, so
How was it playing overseas?
it was great. It was a great experience. It was a life experience just to get a chance to learn about history, and I took advantage of it. I took advantage of all those opportunities. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the world. I learned a lot about people, different ethnic groups and different cultures, and still was able to be dominant on the court.
Yeah,
So it
yes,
was
nice.
sir.
great.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Ben,
Yes,
take us
sir. Yes,
take us
sir. On the
on a
journey,
sports
sir.
journey. Tonight is
Hmm.
sports. I know we all miss sports. I know I do. Right now, I got on my national shirt. It's also Pride Month, so I got my Nationals Pride T-shirt on and my
Yes.
Nationals cap with all my pins in life. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna live. I'm gonna
I'm representing
live
the
in the
Atlanta.
moment.
I'm representing the Atlanta Hawks, just by affiliation of friendship and love of basketball. So, that's. I think I just jumped on that team because I feel like those young guys are going to be doing something special in the next few years.
Hmm.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
They're gonna be pretty good.
hmm,
They have a young core, you know.
yes, they
Like we
do.
just
Hmm.
said, I'm always repping the Rob Robinson Fundamental Basketball Academy. Gotta
Yes,
get
you
Hey,
are.
gotta get these youngsters right.
Yeah,
yeah,
But
I think we all. I think we all need one of those Rob Robinson shirts so
I
we can
know. I want
rep
one of
them
them.
right. Yeah.
oh yeah, I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
All right.
Make that happen.
I think.
Nice.
So I know you said, Rob, that you said that you played about 7 years, seven years overseas. What was your favorite location to play? What country was your most favorite country to play? I know the
Hmm.
answer, but I would like the audience to know
Yeah.
all about it.
Yeah, it's
because the service was
probably
great.
Finland. Yeah,
Yes,
probably
yes, it was.
Finland. Finland was a really nice country to play in. It was highly competitive. Um, it was it had a lot of history. I played over there. I went over there actually 3 times. Like I left,
Yeah.
went somewhere else, came back,
Nice.
left, went there, and came back because I was familiar. The culture was nice culture, great people over there, low crime rate, and just a lot of history, a lot of European history that we don't really get here in America, but you can connect the dots to see like how nations moved and how crusades happened and all that historical stuff. That was the best part of the life experience for me.
Yeah.
So as far as that, like staying on Finland, like did you experience any type of like racial hostility towards you, or because you were a basketball player, was you were kind of like sheltered from that, or did you kind of encounter, maybe a little bit of like maybe prejudice towards
I did one time.
people?
One time there was one incident. There was one incident. I was in Jyväskylä, Finland. That's northern Finland. Is north of Helsinki, which is the capital of Finland. And
Okay.
I played in Porvo, which was south of Helsinki. And
South of Health. Okay.
yeah, and then I was up north. And I was there. I was out. It was at a team event, and it was like a banquet, kind of a banquet, an introduction banquet, and it was a couple of people that lived in the town that definitely had some strong overtones. And probably 2 weeks after that, one of the guys that had a little racial displeasure, he wanted to have some physical combat, and it was resolved quickly. I grew up here in Reston in the Greens, and so if everyone knows about the Greens here in Reston, Virginia, growing up, it's a lot of it
You
was
had to fight your way in, fight your way out.
It was sandbox fighing,
Yes.
sandbox. So I got into the sandbox over there with the I was that was the pretty much the only encounter that I had over there. Other than that, it was just like people welcoming me into their homes and teaching me their culture and
I like that.
the food, the cuisine, and everything like that. So yeah, just that one incident. But you got to defend yourself as a man, no matter what.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or a human being, not a human being. I can take that the gender out, but as a human, as a person, you got to defend yourself.
I mean, you grew up with a house full of women, so
yes,
you had to deal with that.
All lioness.
All lioness. Yep. Trust me.
Raising a little cub.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
because you were the youngest, right? Yes. Yes.
Since I am new to Reston, and I have no idea what the heck the Greens are.
Oh, my bad. That? Yeah, we were speaking a different language.
Yeah, I got real comfortable. My bad.
That went way. I was like, let me try to figure out where that is. Is that on the south side? Is that on the north
yes, it
side?
is on the south side.
Yes, it is on the south side. Yes, it
is. Cool.
Near Dogwood. Near Dogwood Elementary School.
Okay, cool.
At the end of Glade Drive before you get to.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So now I think today they call it West Glen.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Well, let's move on into like the few questions that we got going on. So, with quarantine happening, or if quarantine is over for some, because it's about to be over for me and Herb, right? What do you miss about sports?
I miss it all. I miss it
all.
I mean, the fact that I train and I coach, and that has been taken away. It's been wow, it's been difficult
Yeah,
to
like
deal with.
how was that experience going? Like you went to school and like you was around your girls all the time, and now, like, how was that experience?
It's like I was living in the gym and then I got evicted. And so, so I've been, you know,
That's the
struggling.
blunt answer.
Like you can't
Yeah.
really, you know, I'm not a video type of coach, so that was new to try to do that, but it didn't connect well with me.
Yeah.
And because I'm more of a teacher, and you know I like to show the athletes how to do the drills, and also you know I like to monitor them. I like to give them like positive reinforcement and you know
Mm-hmm.
elbow bumps, because you can't give high fives no more. You know, maybe an ankle hit or something, but just like that type of you
Yeah.
know reinforcement, that positive aspect of teaching and coaching and just being in the gym. And it's been tough not being in there. So I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, you know, we
yeah,
get to open up a little bit. So you have limited players per court. So, you know, it'll
yeah.
be
That'll
Mm-hmm.
be
good
good.
to get in the gym and, you know, get these kids active. You guys,
Mm-hmm.
you all, the YMCA getting ready to start back up, right?
Yeah, back in business.
Yeah.
It's still at
Yep.
a limited
It's
capacity,
about to.
but it's we're starting basically kind of our phase one of it, is opening up the building to members to come and work out and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So that's going to be a good trial and error, good way to go. I'm excited, but I'm also cautious because I don't want to be overly excited and then get the rug pulled out from under me. So I just want to make sure that everything goes right, because I'm a people person. So it's been difficult trying to be,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I miss sports. I miss sports because I feel like the connection with sports is physical and mental, and that really throw me out of the loop. So I can't talk about how in 1974 so and so won the NBA title. How do you feel about that? Because it really doesn't it doesn't really connect anymore. So
Right.
but like really realistically, I mean, thinking about that, like Rob, what do you think about how now they're talking about doing the NBA, and how some of the players are a little bit thrown back because they're not too sure about how they're setting up this format. I heard there was a few players that are kind of a little bit iffy about it. Dwight Howard and Kyrie Irving are also kind of taking a stance on how the way the nation is moving towards this Black Lives Matter movement. They think that sports is actually going to be a distraction to it. I disagree, but I'm just trying to see what you feel about it and what you feel about it, D.
I'll go. I mean, for me, I'm not sure if it'll be a distraction. I get what they're saying, um, where it could come in as a distraction, but I feel like um, mm, some people may need that. It's a lot happening. It's a lot to take in every day watching the media, right? And so I am all for everything. You already know that, and I'm with it.
Right,
But sometimes I actually want to like have a moment to watch something fun, right?
right,
Like you actually have a moment to sit down and not think about anything else but cheering somebody on. And
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like we might need some joy. So some type of sport, I don't know, bowling, I don't even care. Like what the hell comes back? Just something
rock paper
that we
scissors.
could watch. Chess, I don't know. Just something come back, right? I
Yes.
mean, shit, I got excited, excuse my language. I got really excited for the Kentucky Derby. I've never done that, but then I also was like, they're not gonna do that. That'll be like they're not doing any of that because that's
So there's
also those are all
nobody's going to
people
be
in the
there if
world.
they do have
Like
the horse racing. They're just going to
right,
have people. They're just going to have the horses and the jockeys riding around with
right.
no fanfare, which is going to be interesting. But if they do it, but like Rob, what do you think about like the NBA and all of that stuff trying to make a comeback? Um, I think it's July. They're going to try to get it all going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm torn. I'm torn because I see both sides of it. I see the side of the players who want to get out there and play and be active and entertain
Mm-hmm.
and finish the season off and crown the champion. I understand that aspect of it. And I understand Kyrie's side too in terms of the distraction, because when it does start up, I mean, no one's going to be paying attention to the social injustice, and this is a part of the wave that we encounter all the time. When something tragic happens, there's a big heightened, awareness about everything that's going on. But then it's a drop because of what? Because we get a huge sporting event, maybe a concert, or a celebrity did something, this, that, and the third, and then we're not talking about that anymore. And then boom, something else happens again.
Happens
And
again.
then
Mm-hmm.
we're heightened up again. And this is the time. Time is now. And a lot of these players now, they understand that. Time is now, we got the doors cracked. You know what I'm saying? We got to change. We got to make that change now. And
Mm-hmm.
like, some of the people that got voices, if they in a bubble, you can't speak. And then, the energy going to fade, all of that. I mean, all of this stuff will fade away in a heartbeat. So right
And what
now,
about the young people? The young people are really, I think, are the focus now. They have a lot more knowledge of what is going on, and I think the history of how systemic racism has really um, factored into everything. Like now, I feel like these young athletes are also doing a lot of stuff. Um, LeBron James, Michael Jordan spoke up about it, which he's always been a person that's kind of like stayed in the shadows, did his speaking in a different way, but like it's really come to the forefront where I think sports and also the awareness of it will also still stay above, because I feel like when the NBA when the NBA comes back, I think a lot of the athletes are going to try to get awareness brought to it by talking about it, pre-game, talking about it post-game, wearing articles of clothing that'll also bring awareness to it, and it'll also maybe engage the broadcaster to talk about it, because of the fact that there won't be fans in the stands to
Mm-hmm.
kind of have like that little distraction. So that might cause them to actually focus on all of the above, which it could be a good thing too, because I think that platform of everybody being stuck at home is actually not bringing a lot more information as far as the athletes being able to speak on it every day when there's some sort of sporting event going on. So I don't, I mean, the stuff that's happening in NASCAR, the stuff that's happening in which hopefully with baseball when it starts back up, all the stuff that we take for granted is going to be hopefully brought to the forefront and people be aware. I tell people all the time, if you want to talk to me about it, just call me and I will try to break it down for you as best as I can.
yeah. Well, see, the other part of it is like, people ain't trying to talk no more.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody talking. Is the talking they've been talking us to literally death. No more talking. That's where it is now. Like the talking has to stop.
I think it's just they just want to fight. It's just, and not even fight in physical form. It's fight for justice. Fight for your local government. I think I've seen a big uptick in everybody just trying to fight in their local government, which I actually like that. I see a lot more people active in their neighborhoods, and I don't know, it's refreshing. So with everything happening, it's terrible, and it's been happening for so long, but I'm happy to see now that it's changing a lot of people's views who
well, see, people got to realize
needed it.
also is that, like, even though the NBA wants to start up and you might have, you know, some players that don't want to start up and want to continue this fight, what's going to end up happening is that it's going to be optional. You want to come and play, you can get paid and play. If you don't, we understand, you can stay home. That's what's gonna happen. And so it's even creating a inner divide, not on, you know, in this, you know, in this system. You know, it's either like you down now, because it might not be tomorrow for this.
Right.
It might, I mean, you know, the powers that be, you know, they can hit the shutdown button. Y'all seen it. I mean, we're going through it right now. That's what the issue is. If you don't know what the issue is right now, that's part of the problem. For those people who don't understand what's going on, you're the problem.
Correct.
That's the issue with what these NBA players are going through right now. I mean, they're not even looking at their financial success or anything like that. They're looking at like, damn, man, we're all in the same box. And it was just proven with this COVID quarantine thing because everybody was shut down but a select few. Think about it.
Right.
So the next time, you know, it might not be as kind. And I hope I'm not like, you know, I'm not fear mongering or anything like that. I'm just speaking facts. So if you can't handle the facts, then, you know, everybody know how I am. So I'm going to speak the truth and I'm going to give you the facts and I'm going to give it to you right the way it is. And this is exactly the way it is right now. It's like, you know, we are at a crossroad of humanity right now. Humanity, not racism, humanity. Don't fall asleep with that racial war and that racist talk, because that's taught. That's something that's taught. So we know that has its own energy, but we feed into that and we give that energy more power. But what we have to start doing is look at things differently. Like we got to look at it as a human, like humanity. Like, you know, this stuff that just happened, it affected everybody. So
everybody
thought that they was up on that high horse. Yeah, you up on that high horse, but your neck has reached the ceiling of that box.
Right.
So, you know, I'm just keeping it, you know, as best and clean as possible. With to let people know that this is real right now, what we all going through. And like, you know, just because, you know, the invisible virus is still out there, everybody. Just sir. You know, ring the doorbell for everybody, let everybody know, ring that doorbell, like, hey, when the energy go down, that, you know, that virus still around here somewhere. So you're not checking yourself and keeping your immunity strong and biting up all these distractions and missing out on your health, you know, that's humanity.
Yes, sir.
Herb, I'm not gonna get going, Herb. I see you smile right there. He's like, he's about to get going. Yeah, this is what we want. Nope.
I'm gonna stay off of that one tonight because, like, it gets my blood pumping too. I don't. We talked about it last episode where
Mm-hmm.
it's we go through a lot, which some people are curious. They ask, hey, how you feeling? And I'm like, I'm feeling fed up. I don't want to be angry anymore, but I want to move forward and try to fix what the issues is. But it's frustrating, and you don't want to turn your frustration into violent anger. So you want to turn it into something positive. That's why I say, you know, I push my energy towards the young people, because this is our present and their future,
Yes.
and their future
Mm-hmm.
is now. So what do they need to do? Like, even with sports, like I talked to my son the other day about sports, like, I do miss it. And he's like, yes and no. But the reason why I don't miss it is because of what's going on right now with this whole COVID, and with with the social injustice. My son went and protested, like I said last week. He went down to DC and protested 5 times. Um, Protested in Reston, protested in Richmond. He drove down to Richmond and protested. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I had to,
Got
I had
out of
to, I
there
had
in
to,
time, didn't he?
huh?
He got out of there in time, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he got out of there in time.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
we,
yeah. Yeah.
keep that clean.
Yes, he got out. He got out of there just in time.
Yeah.
Um, when they had the curfew set and all of that stuff, he had to make sure he did his part, and then he left. Respectfully, but he just wants the world to change, because he wants to be
Mm-hmm.
able to look at his white friends and not think certain ways and certain things, and be be a normal person and not have to deal with any type of injustice throughout the world, not just in his country, but throughout the world. So,
I mean, this whole thing, that's why it's so important to keep this energy going with that awareness part of like this whole shutdown, because I mean, it was all over the world. It was global. It
global.
was global. It wasn't it wasn't Reston, Herndon,
Right, right.
Tysons, Northern Virginia,
It was a global
DC,
pandemic.
DMV. No, it was global. It was everybody. I mean, like, people really miss out on that. Like, really think
Right.
about this. I mean, like, everybody,
Yeah.
even those uppity ones up there with their neck on the top of the box of the ceiling, they realizing like, wow, man, we are all in this box, and how did we get here? And now, we're going to sprinkle that little weapon, that racism weapon, to distract the people of that box that we was in for
Right.
3 months, instead of figuring out who orchestrated this box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we got to get to the source. We got
Mm-hmm.
to get to the source of that. Like, that is so profound that people they can't even comprehend it, because of the level of, how pathetic that was.
Right.
Just, I mean, like,
Right.
I want people to feel that. Like, this, that's my goal, is for people to feel what I'm saying on any podcast or anything that I go on. Just feel what I'm saying. Like, everybody was caught up in that box,
Yes,
and
sir. What
they are not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
what as far as, like, when you were growing up, Rob, in the sporting area in the Reston, I know that you participated in a few other sports, and activities, and all of that stuff, and you know on pretty much on each sport team that you played on, where all your teammates were pretty much, mixed with white, black, Hispanic, and all of that stuff, right? Um, which team do you feel like you had the most fun with? Let's just go with high school at this present time. Um, years that you played like at South Lakes. Let's start with South Lakes.
The best team?
Yeah.
The best overall team was probably the 88 team. But
yeah,
overall the 89 mob. Period.
I love how you said that too, the 89 mob.
Yeah.
That means that you really liked
the
it.
mob was real.
We were serious. We did not play. And the thing about it is everybody in the whole entire state knew it until we got to states. And then, you know what I'm saying, we lost to that Hampton squad. But we was mobbing in Northern Virginia and, all up here in this area, we was number one.
Yeah.
So the 89 mob, but the 88 mob with Jerome, and we're gonna get back to that because we're gonna do something special with that also.
Right.
But that is 88 mob. We were nice, man. My junior year.
Yeah.
Grant was a sophomore. Jerome was a senior.
You were a junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough squad. Squad.
But the 89 mob, we came through.
Yeah.
We came through.
Yeah. Y'all were mentally tougher that year.
Because of that summer, the summer before going into our senior year is where we got real tight. Because we did what kids don't do nowadays, but what they should start doing and what actually we're going to start doing here next week is playing basketball outside. We would play. We would play for 10 hours a day. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
It would be easy. We go to Twin Branches here in Reston. We go to Twin. We go to all the courts in Reston.
Right. Okay. And then venture out to Vienna.
And we go to Nottoway. We go to Nottoway. We run into a lot of Flint Hill players at Nottoway.
Yeah.
So when we went there, we came stacked because they wouldn't always have their five. And, if Aaron wasn't there, Aaron Bain, we was washing them. So the 89 mob, it was great. The 89, we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna integrate that into our history here in Reston in the next couple weeks.
And when you say you all are gonna, take the basketball outside, how does next year's basketball look? Like, is it going to be inside? Is it going to be the same feel? Exactly, right? Is it going to happen? And if it's going to happen, is it going to happen outside? Or what I'm saying? How does that?
I think right now, we're working with all the guidelines and protocols of, state of Virginia and Northern Virginia and the county, and also, the school.
Right.
And, I'm speaking of South Lakes, because I don't think that we're not allowed to work any of the athletes out until everything is 100% approved. And then I think in terms of next year, I think that we will play, but I think it'll be different guidelines. I think that it'll be a little bit different because of the, this whole COVID thing is still it's still new. Everyone doesn't know everything that's going on with it. Like the NBA and all these other, in other countries, if you look on, TV and see in there, they're playing without people in the stands, baseball and, Korea and all this stuff. So that might be a scenario here where we may play games, but we might not have fans.
Yeah.
But athletes already know, you practice with no fans. So the plan of the game is not going to be that hard for, if, for the layman person that doesn't know that, the games aren't going to be that hard because you compete all the time in practice without fans there.
Right.
So that's, I think that's what, I mean, that's, it may happen like that next year, it may not, but like we really need to encourage outside ball. I'm gonna have a practice outside here in the next couple of weeks, but on Tuesday, I am doing, I'm training on Tuesday inside of a gym, and the protocol and guidelines are just, 15 players per court.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you guys are probably gonna get ready to have your meetings and everything like that. They're gonna tell you guys like, it depends, 10 or 15 per, depending. So
yeah, as far as camp and all of that stuff,
yeah, it's gonna be little, but we also, we gotta be careful and think about the kids. Like you said, they are future, so we gotta watch them over everything. That's why I'm saying this energy that we got now, we got to fight for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Ones that can fight. And I'm not talking about physical fightings for the people who are listening. I'm talking about fighting a invisible system that no one knows what the hell is going on. We all up in this box.
That is true, brother.
Bickering at each other and everything like that. And we got to figure out how we got in this dang on box while we sitting over here talking. I'm trying to figure out, is that a hole in the crack of that box over there? Because we gotta get to that. We gotta get to that hole, open that box.
Gotta open it up.
You know what I'm saying? So, but we gotta look out for these kids, and it has to be, right. It has to be done through a health eye, not an athletic eye. As much as I want to get in the gym, as much as I want to, pay it forward.
Right.
It has to be done the right way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna test it.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So B, so you were saying something about you went and got some refreshments for the weekend.
From a spiel? From a small business. So during our podcast, to end our podcast, we always want to promote a business that we enjoy, that we frequent, that we want others to frequent. And so tonight I decided to do Solace Brewery. They are located in Dulles, Virginia, and not too far from us. So I feel like when we go out there, I always get partly cloudy. So
partly
cloudy tonight. I am being a punk because I have not drank much of this at all. And I don't know if I really plan to, even though I opened it.
It sounded good until you opened it. It's like your mom always said, your eyes bigger than your stomach.
Exactly. When I heard the crack of the can, I got excited and I was like, all right,
I'm about to get into this. Right. Hey, so I got a question for you, Rob, before we get out of here. Is there a possibility of you still conducting your basketball camp to all our listeners, if anybody's interested in maybe contacting signing up with your basketball fundamentals program?
Yes, we are scheduled to go July 13th through the 17th at Hoops Plus in Sterling, Virginia. That's for our full basketball camp, which is going to have limited numbers. It'll have limited numbers. So
that's just protocol, basically. So
it's protocol. It'll be limited numbers. Probably, we at Hoops Plus, our numbers aren't super large anyway, so it'll be a normal week for us, which would be great because it's a week of giving back. I mean, I have the cheapest camp. I have the cheapest camp in Northern Virginia, hands down, and we get a lot of NBA guys to come in and speak to the kids and work with them. But actually, this Tuesday, on the 16th, I'm doing a training session for 2 hours at Hoops Plus for a small group as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can get all that
Alright.
information on my website, Rob Robinson.
Plug your website.
RobRobinsonHoops.com. RobRobinsonHoops.com.
Say it again.
I'm going to put something that says it right along the bottom.
RobRobinsonHoops.com. RobRobinsonHoops.com.
Like Eastern Motors. You know, Josh,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Herb.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming out,
learn
Rob.
the
and
game
getting
of
on out there.
basketball at RobRobinsonHoops.com.
I love that. So now
I love
we have
that.
a person to help us make jingles. So
There
we
you go. See,
Yeah, we got to laugh
on
right
here.
now.
You came on here and got a job. You ain't even know it.
Yeah.
All right,
I
man.
truly
So I
appreciate you for coming on here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate y'all. Great platform. Keep it going,
Thank
No,
you.
try,
Thank you.
brother.
And
No,
good
try.
stories.
Appreciate it.
So,
It's always good to have someone from the community that people know, that people respect, and have them tell us their experiences and also give advice and let people know that you're there for them. And
man, my door is open.
And we would love to have you come back on.
Absolutely.
Sometime in the near future, hopefully, if stuff starts to lift and, we see how the world is looking and through our eyes and through your eyes, and that would be great.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, sir.
Excellent. Yeah. Anytime, just,
All right.
Herb, hit me up. I'm there for you. Tell
My
Dina,
man.
get out the way. Dina, hey, tell Dina she need to come on Tuesday.
Adina needs to come on Tuesday to the class
She need to
clinic.
get in the gym. She need to get in the gym.
She said,
I'm
okay.
sure she hear that too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I was about to say, I'm sure she hear it too.
We're just going to do a trial run. That's it. I appreciate y'all, though.
All right. Appreciate
Thank
you, brother.
Thank you so much.
All right, man.
All right. I don't know what happened
All
to Ben. Ben was like, I'm out. I'm gone. Y'all got this.